Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book Peaceful Parent, Happy Kids, How to Stop Yelling and Start Connecting. One morning, David was teaching his 7-year-old son to push a gas-powered lawnmower around the yard. His wife Jan asked him a question as he was teaching his son how to turn the mower around at the end of the lawn. As he turned back to talk to his wife, his son pushed the mower into the garden next to the lawn and killed all the flowers. David was very mad because he invested a lot of time and effort making these flowers the envy of his neighbors. But as he was about to reprimand his son, his wife told him, "We are raising children, not flowers." Many people forget that they are raising children and not flowers. They also don't think seriously about how they can be good parents, because they were mistreated as kids and are still trying to heal their childhood traumas. These childhood experiences can cause them to unintentionally repeat their parents' mistakes when raising children. Many people want to break this cycle and treat their kids in a whole new way. But under the influence of past traumas, it is normal that things do not go as planned. When our children make a small mistake, it is hard to control our emotions and we can't help but yell and scream at them. We need a practical parenting guide to help us calm down and raise able and happy kids. This book is one such recipe for successful parenting. Laura Markham is a psychologist with extensive experience in parenting who has published hundreds of parenting articles and provided parenting guidance to countless families. Unlike the vast majority of parenting books, Dr. Laura does not focus on how to correct a child's behavior here. She instead helps parents adjust their own emotions and establish a deep connection with their child through 3 concepts: regulating yourself, fostering connection, and coaching instead of controlling. Parents can then raise great kids by emotion coaching, teaching emotional behavior, and mastery coaching rather than exerting control. Now, we will explain these 3 ideas in 3 parts. Part 1, Regulating Yourself. Part 2, Fostering Connection. Part 3, Coaching, Not Controlling. Part 1, Regulating Yourself. Those of you who have flown on airplanes may have noticed the safety tip. In case of an emergency, put the oxygen mask on ourselves first before attending to the children. Our children can't reach the mask and have no idea how to use it. They are unable to take care of us or themselves if we have a bodily failure, so we must put on our oxygen masks first to better protect ourselves and our children. As with wearing oxygen masks, we must first adjust our own emotions to help our children properly manage their emotions and behavior. If not, we will be just as powerless to help them as if we lost consciousness on a plane without oxygen. By being aware of our emotions and not allowing ourselves to be affected by them, we set an emotional example for our children to observe and emulate. This is called mindfulness, and it is the primary responsibility of parents. Maintaining mindfulness requires us to face our inner state and pay attention to our feelings, but not be driven by it to act irrationally. Mindfulness does not mean ignoring anger, but instead responding with thought rather than action when anger arises. Just like when you notice warning lights on your car's dashboard, you won't cover it up or rip out the wires. Instead, you will observe it first and then think about whether you should drive the car to a repair shop for an oil change or take other actions. But even though we know that we should regulate our emotions properly, prioritize our children first and so on, we still hurt them from time to time without realizing it. Why? As we just mentioned, our childhood traumas can prevent us from raising our children in the way we want. Almost all of us have experienced traumas during childhood, and without proper treatment, we will have parenting difficulties in areas where we have been traumatized. For example, some people have very strict fathers, and when they grow up, they will treat their own kids with equal strictness. For this reason, we need to recognize our traumas so that we don't inflict new wounds on our children. So how do we heal childhood traumas and educate our children correctly? First, we should realize that being